Okay. And I think the recording should be starting. You should see that at the top of your screen here. But yeah, please feel free to ask any additional questions in the chat. Provide that encouragement as people are sharing follow-up questions, all that good stuff. And we'll see if we have some time to ask folks some things. And if not, we can catch up with them later too. So for our next set of presenters, we have library internships with Zeke Brummels as the instructor, and then Jaylene Lovejoy. So thank you guys very much. I'm excited to hear more.
Megan. Hello, Megan.
Oh, hi, Lonnie.
I'm trying to send an invite to Carlton. Would you be able to do that?
Yep, I can sure do that. No problem.
All right, thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, my name's Zeke Brummels, and I served as the faculty advisor for the library internship. And though I kind of helped with the documentation and some guidance and asking some questions, more of the credit is deserved by Don Price, Dean of Student Services, who has taken a massive interest in library science in her grad studies, and as well as the on-site supervisor, Susan Tyndall. And Susan, are you, I think you're in this meeting. Would you mind unmuting yourself and kind of introducing Jaylene and her effort this semester as the intern for your library?
Hello, my name is Susan Tyndall. I've worked with the college for a little over 15 years, and we've had some people come in and try to do federal work study and things like that. And Jaylene is the most successful one we've had. And she's worked really hard and was easy to work with. And I appreciate that. She has basically organized the library and working on the textbook room now. So Jaylene, do you want to go ahead?
And it looks like Jaylene might have gotten bumped off here. I just saw her in here, but oh wait, never mind. Here we go. Jaylene, can you hear us okay?
Yes.
We're ready whenever you are.
Can you guys see my screen?
Not quite yet. Could you select share screen, and then it may say like choose a different window or a program or something like that. Awesome. We can see it now.
Okay. Um, Internship I did. This is my first and then documenting so far. Sorry.
And we might be having some technical difficulties here. So we'll see if we can come back. And we'll be on the lookout to see if Jaylene's able to jump back in here. On our schedule next, we have student success strategies with Zeke and with Christina and Annabelle.
Hey, everybody, again, so had two students that volunteered, quote unquote, to do this, to share with their work this semester. And first up is Christina or Kika Dolezal. And whenever you're ready, Kika, go ahead.
All right, I'm gonna give this a shot.
Make it into a PowerPoint, click back on the screen. There you go.
All right, can everybody see?
We can see, but there's a little bit of echo. Do you have another device in the room possibly?
Or another computer near you that's turned on Zoom call.
I'm in the computer room. Computer lab. I don't think it's my phone.
Just disconnect.
All right, can you guys hear me good? Or any better?
Still echoing.
I don't know what it be.
It just sounds like you got multiple microphones coming in or something.
Were you listening with your earbud?
Is the VTC on? If you're in the computer lab?
No.
No, it's not on.
Do you have a mic on your earbud?
Mhm.
That won't work.
Right, okay, this is, I helped build the Earth Log and I was able to use it for my community service. This is just some pictures of some history of the Earth Lodge. For one of my sites, I use census. I'm a little nervous, I'll let you guys read. And I did this for Macy. We got some pictures. We debarked a lot, and that's our little stand we had created to use. And then there's just a bunch of bundles to the right that we had made up the roof. Some of the process, put a picture in. This is when we started just adding bundles onto the roof. Making sure the bracing was good on the inside before we worked on the outside fully. Just some information. And I used Google also. Finding some of my information. From all over, I got to meet a few people, some teachers, just some people flew or traveled, vacations, just checking out I'd heard about the Earth Lodge. The word got out pretty good, I would say. Makes the building one, so it was nice. It was cool. Just a few more pictures. One to the left, we started doing bracings, put up the beds and the sides. The one to the right is bracings that we had did on the outside of it to make sure, more structure to it. And hold. Before we started adding the tarp on under and all that stuff. So. Picture to the left, the Earth Lodge before the bundles are put onto the roof, whatnot. And then picture to the right is we started doing the bundles and the walkway. You can see that entry without the sides put up and stuff. We started at the tarp on the outside. You can see that on the right side picture. One of my other sites, I got to talk to Wanima. And these are her words. Here's more words by her. By Wanima. Another person I got to use for my site is Inessa. She also is a student here at NICC in Macy, and she also works here. Wrote a little bit about the Earth Lodge, the opening, and elder come lesson, prayer, and a bunch of people shared stories. It was neat. I'm glad I got to be processed that. Oh my God, before, during, on the left side is it being blessed. in the prayer ceremony and everything, and then there was lodged the opening day. And then the picture to the left, or to the right, my bad, is after the fact, everybody had left, and then on the right picture, on the way back, you can see where we kind of started making the beds. Some more pictures, close up of the beds being started on the left and then the right. Neat picture of the inside. Wrote a little bit about the experience, opportunity I got to do. And just some more pictures of the process. On the far left-hand side, we got the tarp on the walkway, on the entry. Getting ready to finish putting the dirt up there. Middle picture, me and Steve working up on the roof, doing our dirt, covering the roof. Then on the far right-hand side, you can see where we did the tarp on the roof and before the dirt got added and stuff, and everything all tarped up. Just a few pictures of the process. Wrote about some of the opportunities I got. Just a little bit wrote about, the picture is my oldest. She got to check out the Earth Lodge. She was pretty excited. So I got a picture of her laying in one of the beds. It's neat. Some of the latest pictures in the far left hand, you can see it's got all the dirt put on. Just need to seed it and blend it in with the earth, making it one, and you can see where the driveway got put in also. Then on the right hand side, see the in the beginning, the front side of the picture, the mound. They're pretty neat. Few more pictures, some close up. Got one of the entryway and then one of inside. And that's all I got for you guys. Any comments or anything? How did it do, Zeke?
And I see some great comments in the chat here too. A lot of folks are excited to learn more. Cool project, right? Great job. Thanks everyone for helping make this possible.
Yes, for sure. No, thank you guys. That's all I got for mine.
Thank you very much for sharing.
All right, our next presenter will be Annabelle from Santee. And we are very proud of what Annabelle was able to accomplish with her idea. She made something a reality. I'll let her share more about it. Go ahead, Annabelle, whenever you're ready.
Can you guys hear me? Yes, no?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Let me, I guess, just share my screen real quick. I don't know, I kind of was just winging it on my presentation. I was just gonna kind of get on here and talk or whatever, but at the last minute, I decided to make a little presentation or whatever, but it's not very long. It's not as long as the previous one, but anyway, my service learning project, I decided to replace a park here in Santee. And there's a little bit of information, I guess. You can read it if you want, but I'm just gonna kind of talk about it. You know, my mom, she's my grandma, but I call her my mom. She's lived in the same house and down here in Santee for like over 20 years, ever since I was a baby. And there's a park literally about a house down, 2 houses down from her house. And it's been the same ever since I can remember. But at the time, you know, there used to be a lot more to it, but now there's only a swing set that has like, anyway, there's no swings on the swing set. There's just one little slide. And anyway, I just decided to, she was the one that always said that it'd be nice if somebody could fix the park up for the kids around here, or, you know, it'd be nice if, you know, somebody could do something about it. And so I decided that I was going to, that was what I was going to do for my project. So I really didn't know where to start, you know, like I didn't know how much a park was going to be. I didn't know if I was just going to get a little park, or, you know, like a little backyard park. I didn't really know what I was going to do. So I kind of started talking around and started talking to a few people and, you know, asked, you know, I went around my neighborhood and asked them, you know, like who would I talk to about doing this? And anyway, I started writing grants or whatever, because obviously I didn't know what kind of park I was gonna get. But anyway, I started writing grants, and sadly I never really heard back from them. But I managed to get a hold of a couple of other people, and they pointed me in the direction of the clinic here in Santee. And oh shoot. Anyway, long story short, I got my funding for this park. I got like roughly like 15,000 to replace this park. And I went around and I started talking to I got volunteers. I'm not really sure how many. I went and talked to the probation officer here in Santee, and he you know, I told him, you know, what I was doing and why I was doing it. And he said that all his probationers could come and volunteer too, because they needed community service hours to do too. So I have my volunteers, I got my funding, and I also got the approval from the tribal council. I got my timeline down. Anyway, my project's not going to be started until like roughly mid-March is whenever we'll be able to, you know, go in and replace the park or whatever. Because obviously there's snow on the ground. You can't really go in and build something whenever there's snow on the ground. But yeah. I really enjoyed doing this. You know, it was not, I don't know. I enjoyed doing it. It was kind of a lot. It was like stressful, I guess you can say, but I had a just knowing that I helped the kids out, because there's like 30 kids that live on my block alone, like on this block that my mom and I both live on. And it just feels good to know that I was able to fix a park up so that they can play on a park, you know, within, you know, 4 houses down from where they live, or 5 houses down from where they live, instead of having to go, you know, way, you know, a mile away to find a park or whatever, you know, like it makes me feel better to know that they can just go right outside and there's a park right there for them to enjoy. And I guess that's a picture of the park that's there, you know, just a little slide and that swing set there. But as you can see, there's literally no swings on there. But I plan on putting new swing sets on there, just basically repainting what's there. And then this is the one that I decided to bring in. And it's you know, it's not very much, you know, but I mean it, like I just showed you in the previous picture, that these kids literally don't even have anything there anyway, you know, so like I believe they'd be happy with anything, you know. And as you can see, there's my brief timeline on when I want to start it and when my project should be completed. And oh, there's my award letter, and also my letter from the tribal council that it was approved. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm just trying to keep it as brief as I can.
I made her add those letters.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't even gonna do a like a PowerPoint. I was just gonna kind of get on here and wing it, you know, just kind of talk about whatever it is that I went did. But I just figured I put this presentation together in like 5 minutes last night before I went to sleep. So yeah. But other than that, yeah.
Congratulations, Annabelle. I'm really excited to see how this project continues. And yeah, I see a lot of really beautiful things in the chat too, right? Of finding a community need, and then, you know, using your connections and skill set to really find a solution too. That's really amazing. Oh, it looks like you even have some volunteers here in the chat. That's awesome. Very cool. So the next individual we have presenting here, and this is for Chrissy Lesher's student success strategies class. And Chrissy was not able to attend today. So I will let Karen Rice share a little bit about her project, but I believe it's for the service learning project, which has those similar parameters that Christina and Annabelle discussed, right? How do you create positive change in your community and kind of volunteer your time and resources to make change? And go ahead, Karen, whenever you're ready.
Hello, my name is Karen Rice. Can everybody hear and see me? I apologize, I have lost my voice. Hello?
We can hear and see you.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
I am going to attempt to share my screen. I have not done this before, so just bear with me a hot second. Let's see.
Perfect. I think we can see it well.
Oh, perfect. Okay, good deal. let's see if I can get this off. We'll just see what happens. Okay. So I chose to do my presentation over, or not my presentation, but my student service learning project with my tribe. Um, I am Sac Fox from Cushing, Oklahoma. And one of the things that my tribe really has struggled with is, like most tribes, comorbidities and food sovereignty. And one of the things that I realized in my research of what could be utilized to help my community the best was to ensure that we had the migratory availability for monarch butterflies and other pollinators to be able to come into our communities and to pollinate our fruits and vegetables um, for both our ceremonial processes and to keep food on our tables. So that's what I chose to do my project over. And I'm just going to try to fly through this as quickly as possible. Um, so are you guys seeing like all of this extra stuff? Here we go.
I think we can just see what's on the slide itself. So if you have notes, I don't
Oh,
see those.
okay, perfect. So we're located in Stroud, Oklahoma. We have been trying to participate more in food sovereignty. So we do have multiple greenhouses and things like that in order to better serve our community. And the monarch butterflies are probably one of the most vibrant and most noticeable of the pollinators because they're so beautiful. They just draw your attention to them. And so one thing that I've noticed in my research also is that monarch butterflies, because they're so vibrantly colored and so noticeable, that they are kind of like the key points, like recognizing what a pollinator is. And so if they're struggling, there is more, it's most likely that other pollinators in the area are struggling as well. And so they have been endangered. Um, they're currently on a red list um, by the monarchbutterflywatch.org. They have experienced loss of habitats. Climate change has also been an issue, and illegal logging. So monarch butterflies travel from all over North America and Canada down to New Mexico, or not New Mexico, but central Mexico in the wintertime. And one of they sorry, I'm kind of a hot mess. So milkweed is one of the plants that they utilize the greatest, and that's the probably one of the only plants that they use to lay their eggs on. And because of pesticides that have been used, milk, and basically construction in towns and concrete, like we're just losing a lot of the milkweed and natural flowering plants and things like that that they utilize to eat off of and to also build their nests on. So I wanted to create a habitat in my community, and by doing that, I've also taken to an account listening to the elders on what they want, what they need, listening to the directors, the children, the education departments, and just trying to make the best use of the land and the resources that we have available in order to meet the needs of multiple communities within our larger community. Um, so 1 out of 3 bites that we eat are actually touched by pollinators, and that includes like squash, beans, things like that. And they also are very key in just the whole food network So without pollinators, we don't get the hay and things like that that our cows need to eat, and then we won't eventually get cows either. So, I mean, it's just as you can understand, a big part of who we are as people, what we need to eat to survive, and they need to survive as well. So we have established a area of 5 acres in our community that we can utilize to create this habitat on. And we have decided to do a kind of a trail with pollinating plots of milkweed and other natural like plants and things for the monarchs. And then we're going to utilize that in a way so that it's going to be next to our clinic area, so that while our patients are waiting for their labs to be processed and going to their doctor's appointments, they'll have a place where they can walk and enjoy nature, go have lunch. Because right now we don't have anything like that in our area, and they're just kind of all like our patients are clustered inside of a clinic, just waiting for hours and hours with nothing to do. So that's one of the things that the clinic has spoken out about that they would really like, and they would like to use that as a place to also encourage walking, moving your bodies, and really relax and de-stress and get rid of some of the anxiety. And like I said, we want to promote food sovereignty within our nation and really utilize that as a hands-on classroom as well. So the education department and the clinic are located very close together, and they want to be able to utilize this area, like I said, to the best of their abilities. So I'm just going to skip through some things. I am kind of in a place right now where we haven't done it yet, but we are in the very beginning planning stages. And so we have set aside a beginning fund of $10,000 with 5 acres. After I talked with the community members and the directors, waiting to speak with the chief and with the head of our directors departments in general, so that way we can get a plan initiated. My plan right now is to go ahead and implement this so that we begin in 2023 with the completion date of 2024. And that is the goal thus far. And like I said, this is a living doc, or I haven't said this, but this is a living document, it's a living process. And so the plans will change. We haven't seen the results yet, but it is forthcoming. And that's all I have at this time. Thank you. Any questions?
Karen, this is Hank Miller. It's a
Oh,
very
yeah.
exciting project, and we're doing some of the same thing on the campuses with interpretive trails that we're working on. And it's wonderful to hear. There's a lot of people that are working with Ed Spevlik, Dr. Ed Spevlik from the St. Louis Zoo, and he's an expert on pollinators. And if you're interested, he would be a good one to have in your hip pocket. He's really good. So if you're interested, don't be scared to send me an email. I'll get you his contact information. He would love to see this project. It's a wonderful project.
Yes, thank you so much. Can I get your email real fast, or can you send it over the chat so that way I can go ahead
Yeah.
and make that connection?
You bet.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I will take all the help I can get right now. So thank you. That was the end of my presentation.
Thank you very much for sharing, Karen. And I see lots of good stuff in the chat too. I see a lot of the science team members are trying to recruit you for some classes already, so watch out.
Oh,
But thank you very much. wow, just everybody's projects are so different and unique and really, really beautiful. And I know that we have 1 or 2 more presentations. We'll see if we can get connected here. I wanted to touch base. I saw Jaylene had jumped back in, but I know her connection's a little spotty. Jaylene, if you're here, how's your connection right now?
I think it's better.
Okay. We will try to present here and I'll share my screen if that works, just so we can save a little bandwidth on Jaylene's part. So I'm going to mute my mic, stop my video, and we'll try this out here. Okay, and Jaylene, whenever you're ready, and just let me know when we'll go to the next slide.
Hi, I'm Jaylene Lovejoy, and I did the library internship this semester. And I did the Dewey Decimal System. That's how I ordered. It's how I put the books in order. I'm sorry, but I did not start documenting my progress until September 16th. But the first shelf is 1.1 through 5.1. It took me a couple of days to find all the books because they were scattered around the library. After I found all of them, I put them in order and put them on the shelf. I did the same thing for the second shelf, which took me a little bit longer. Okay. I did not document this shelf. I did the same thing. I found all the books and put them in order and put on the shelf. But I did start documenting from the letter H books. And then I documented by using my notes on my phone. So it's like what I did from in that week. So here I started on the right side of the shelf from the letter P's, going from right to left. And then the middle picture of the shelf is just a shelf from the books I was organizing. And then the last one is her reference bookshelf. From October 6th through October 17th, this is what I was doing in that week. I organized the children's area, and then I organized her bookshelf behind the children's area, I guess. But it took a while putting together that bookshelf but I had fun organizing it. Mm. And then this is the day I organized the middle aisle. I spent the day making sure there was no open spaces on the shelves between the books and organizing all the books in the middle aisle of the library. It took a while, but it was fun to do. Enjoyed it. So on October 19th, I was still organizing the library and making the shelves of books look more neatly organized. So those are the last shelves I was organizing. And then October 20th, I was still organizing all the books. And then I told Susan I was done, and then she moved me to the textbook room for the last half hour of my shift. I was supposed to say. And so I started to organize the textbook room. This one was kind of hard, kind of took a lot, but it was fun. A lot of organizing to do. And so this is what it currently looks like after I added all the course textbooks on the shelf for the spring semester, and after I labeled all of them for the spring semester. So I have really enjoyed organizing all the books. I have also enjoyed working with Susan. I am glad I was able to help her organize the library and the textbook room. They have liked my work so much they offered me to come back for a second semester, which I do plan on doing this semester coming up. And that's it.
Awesome. And thank you so much, Jaylene. Not just for sharing your project with us too, but also for helping out in a space that's needed too, right? I know Santee campus might be coming to recruit you for textbooks too, but thank you very, very much. And I see some really good things in the chat here too. So but I do want us to make sure that we have time for our last presenters. So I believe we just have the NASA students left who will be sharing, I believe, the PCORA presentation, which Hank Miller and some of the team members will be able to share a little bit more about.
Yeah, so the NASA fellows, and they'll introduce themselves here in a little bit, but all the math science folks, Megan Russell, Gutsy, Levon, Shelley, all kind of involved in this as tutors, and we all try to help each other out. But so this is the work, kind of the cumulative work that we've done the last cycle, the last year, and continuing on this year. But it has to do with remote sensing, citizen science, a lot of different ways that we are trying to analyze our environment and give give the environment a voice and monitor and try and monitor those things. So anyway, we had to present at Denver. I suppose it's been about a month ago, and Adriana and I ran down there and gave this presentation at the PCOR 22 conference. But it's kind of an accumulation of how we're utilizing remote sensing within our research. And I'm gonna each of our NASA fellows will take a slide or two, so they'll kind of be tag teaming the whole presentation. So I'll let them kind of go from there. Let me get my let me share my screen, so we're kind of ready to go. Disable screen sharing. You might have to give me permission to share.
Yep, try that again.
Yep, there we go. All right, let me get organized here just a little bit. And it's not what I wanted. There we go. All right, so I'm going to get this on presentation. Lonnie, I think you're leading off to do the start, right? There we go. Are you there, Lonnie? She was
I
having
couldn't find the unmute button.
have that problem all the time. All right, Lonnie, I'll let you take it away and just tell me when you want me to move the slide.
Okay, you gonna like hum some music or something for me?
I can sing for you if you want. I don't know if
You
anybody
got.
wants. I'll let you start her off.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. And I want to welcome you to our little part of this presentation. This presentation was presented at the PCOR conference in October of 2022 by the NASA fellows from the Nebraska Indian Community College, and the title is Community Science Through Remote Sensing of the Environment. Go ahead, change it. The NICC presenters for this conference was Adriana Duarte, she's Isante and Umaha from the Santee campus, and then Yasmin Sandoval was supposed to be a presenter, but due to her not being able to make it, Hank Miller stepped in and was the second presenter at the conference. Next slide. Okay, I don't know who's supposed to take the next one, but I think that's you, Yasmin.
Oh God, my mute button was acting funny. Okay, yep. Alrighty, hello everybody. Meet the other NICC NASA research. Oh, you went back. NASA research fellows. We have Chastity Warrior that is based out of the Santee campus. We have Shelly Kosola, Santee campus as well. Lonnie Moran Samqua. She is from the Omaha Nation, and also Rosebud Sioux, based out of the Macy campus. Jamie Sanchisi Goodbird, she is East Santee and Omaha as well, based out of the Santee campus. And Andrea Thomas, Omaha, Northern Ponca, and South Sioux City campus as well. And then our NICC campuses and site locations. We do have a campus in Santee, Nebraska, home of the Santee Sioux Nation. We also have our home campus in Macy, Nebraska, home of the Omaha tribe. We have our third location in South Sioux City, Nebraska, and then another location at the Pawnee Nation College campus down in Pawnee, Oklahoma.
We utilize a number of different tools to help us monitor the environment and what's going on in our environment. Our remote sensing project was chosen to enhance our existing environmental research projects. Currently, we have native restoration projects going on the Santee and Macy campus, and we're also doing a lot of work on the Missouri River, utilizing different drone techniques, and we'll be implementing new sensors in the future to monitor the different changes that are taking place along the river. The pictures here are of the Santee native prairie, and this happens to be native Indian grass growing there. And of course, this is a picture of before and after the flood. And by monitoring, hopefully we can solve some of the environmental issues that are taking place. And hopefully it can give us some answers. Okay, next one. Our environmental monitoring research began with the native prairie restoration. As you can see up here in this picture on top, there's students out there doing plant counts and taking soil samples, and the grasses are absolutely beautiful and towering above the students. The second picture over here is an overhead GIS picture that depicts the plots and the area on the Santee campus. We have from the right to the left, we have plots 1 and 2, which are now combined into one plot, plot 3, plot 4, and plot 5 on circling back on around. The long-term research project has collected and compared local weather data with biological markers within our native prairie restoration project at our Santee campus. The biological markers come from satellite images, weekly and/or monthly time-lapse photography, plant inventories, and soil analysis. All of this has been done while implementing our native prairie restoration management plan, which currently consists of mowing or haying the plot, burning the plot, bush hogging it, and hopefully in the future we'll be able to put some animals on there to help in the healing process. We hope to gain knowledge about how weather influences biodiversity and successional changes by examining the flora and soil composition under these management conditions. We are in year 6 with this research project.
Missouri River conditions before and after the 2019 flood. With the use of remote sensing tools on the Missouri River, we have expanded our environmental monitoring data set, channel flow, sedimentation rate, floodplain, and riparian changes, and increased applications to ensure useful information is available for our tribes to make informed decisions and prepare for new environmental threats. Remote sensing tools for research and remote sensing projects, landscape change monitoring system, data explorer, globe observer, drone imaging, Google Earth, county GIS.
Landscape Change Monitoring System, or LCMS Data Explorer, was used to analyze land use and land cover, which showed environmental changes over time. As you can see on the other side of the screen, you can see the difference over time. And environmental changes have impacted our land, livelihoods, and well-being. Examples: damming, flooding, and droughts. LCMS is also a valuable tool that can help communities understand their local geographical areas and provide information that will help prepare for future environmental threats. On the next slide, the photo on the top right shows the land cover. The green spot are the tall shrubs and trees. And the light color shows the barren spot and shrub mix, and the blue is the body of water. And the first photo on the slide, which is showing us the aerial view of the marina. The bottom slide, the bottom picture with the pink label is a land use photo. It shows that it is a developed. And Andrea, floor is yours.
Oh, just in time. I just got done cooking. Okay, the Globe Observer mobile app was used throughout our rural areas to contribute to the community science land mapping system. We use this app to document seasonal and annual changes to the land around us. The Globe Observer allows for collaboration with scientists and community members through historical observations, conversations, and environment mapping data. These pictures were taken with the drones up in Santee of the Missouri River. The Globe Observer helped us gain perspective of land from both technology and narrative, utilizing indigenous science through historical accounts and observations. It uses a different lens that creates a historical narrative along with long-term visual data. Countless community story examples, Missouri River characteristics before and after damming, and how human uses had to change. These were pictures that were used from the Globe Observer up in Santee. So what each of us did was, Pater Nelson had us download the Globe Observer app on our phones, and we took pictures of our special places with this app, and we were able to post them to the website of Globe Observer. Myself, personally, I had a lot of fun using this app.
Okay, and all in all, our research allowed us to have the indigenous science and methodologies intact, and it was our foundation for our research. It allowed us, the research and the perspective allowed us to give the environment a land, or environment a voice. And when we give the land a voice, we can create more robust and richer conversations. And then we feel that this type of project gives the land and all living things a narrative, and we keep in mind and respect the 7 generations mindset and how our current decisions affect our future generations. And we must amplify indigenous people's voices and environmental philosophies to give them a seat at decision-making tables. And then this here on this picture just showcases the Missouri River from North Dakota down to St. Louis, Missouri. And it just exemplifies how important it is to gain perspectives from through different tools and research methods. But yeah, and then that was the conclusion of our research at Hank. But yeah, I'd like to give a special thank you to Melissa from the Nebraska Space Grant. Yeah, and our mentors, both from NASA and our GIS mentor, Bonnie Murray and Peter Nelson. This was all conducted through our general science studies at NICC. If we have any questions, you can direct them to Hank or to any of us. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
I want to also add here, the students have been working on all this, and Adriana did a wonderful job presenting up in Denver. But she also, just to put a little extra context, she also got asked to sit on a panel on is a panel on application of remote sensing tools and diversity. So we had some very accomplished folks from, let's see, Canada was a gal that served on their federal government board on economics and how that related to GIS. People from internationally with the Nature Conservancy. Where was the other gal from around? But anyways, go ahead. Do you remember? Canada?
There was one from the Navajo Nation.
Yep, Navajo Nation.
Oh, was she Norwegian or she was from somewhere? New Zealand.
Sure.
New Zealand.
There you go.
Yep, that's what it was.
So it was this, and I'll let Adriana talk about it a little bit because it's worth mentioning. It was a pretty wonderful panel that that Adriana was part of, and they're talking about implementation of GIS through lots of different lenses and lots of diversity and indigenous populations too. And Adriana and this doctoral student from the Navajo Nation really represented Indian country so well. And Adriana, do you want to speak on that just a little bit? I think it's worth mentioning.
You always put me on the spot. But yeah, the panel was a great experience. I sat with some very strong-minded and powerful women that just had different approaches to getting perspective on land narratives and earth observations is what it's called. And so we, through different tools and platforms, we're able to document these observations and share these observations with our community and with other scientists, other people conducting research on how to better prepare ourselves and to create a sustainable future. And yeah, it was just a great experience. And we were able to share this information as well at Pecora, and I'm so glad I'm able to do it with my my fellows here, because it was definitely a great experience and just a different dynamic. But yeah.
Absolutely. Does anybody have any questions for our fellows? Okay, I think that's all we got then, unless anybody's got some questions. Thank you, guys. Thank you, fellows, and thanks for listening to us.
Thank you very much, NASA fellows, science team, and some really cool common threads even between different presentations too. So I see we're at about 2:30 here. I know we have this scheduled for 3 o'clock, but I think that is wrapped up with our presentations. So what I will do is provide a survey in the link here, or excuse me, I will provide a link to the survey in the chat here. And this is just a really great place to give feedback about, here we go, to give feedback about this event, how we can make it better for next time, all that good stuff. And if you have any questions, we can also use for whoever wants to stick around for some extra time for follow-ups, shout outs, thank yous to everybody, because this is just a ton of really beautiful knowledge. And I'm very glad I was able to connect and learn from you all today. So with that being said, I'll share this link. And then if anyone has any questions, the floor is yours. Okay, and if we don't have any questions, we will officially kind of have our closing. And so I hope everyone has a beautiful weekend. And feel free to share a little bit of extra love in the chat here. And yeah, we'll send out this information via email as well. And we'll make sure the survey that we take everyone's feedback in a good way. So thank you very much. Have a great weekend and stay warm.